Maka had the debut of all debuts, fighting at Madison Square Garden, impressing. Barry's looked very good, hasn't he?
Yeah, he really has. Yeah, he's aggressive, but you know, he takes his time, and we always say that's the sign of a quality fighter, where you know they don't rush their work, but they get everyone out there early. And he's that sort of fighter, isn't he? He's just, you know, loads of time, loads of patience, but explodes into every punch. Puts his punches together in combinations quite fluently, and has the power to get the finish early. Someone
like yourself, Sky, glittering amateur pedigree, and you can see it, can't you, with Adam Maca?
Yeah, you can always see it in the young ones coming through that have done the apprenticeship in the amateurs, and Adam's definitely one of those. It's my first time seeing him in the flesh, but you can already see it. He's a very talented young fighter.
Yeah, razor sharp with everything he does, and there's that intent, as I said. Nice stiff jab from Maka again. Measured approach so far.
Good shot. Felt that there, Batista.
Yeah, it was a counter left hook, wasn't it? On the back foot, beautiful shot, well timed.
And you know, he's going to come up against people who are not going to allow you to, you know, dictate all the space. But still, I talk about habits again. He's forcing you into his sort of where he wants you to be. So he's engineering already where he wants his opponent to be around the ring. So he's taking that centre of the ring, and he's being the bully in there. That's not a bad thing.
Oh, funding right to the body from Maka. Works nicely, doesn't he, behind that lead jab. At times, just pause it as you see, but throws a nice left to the body there. He just walked into that.
And using
the Batista.
Using the feet there, Maka, to get in and out, to explode in the combination, and also having enough on the balls of the front foot just to retreat as well. There it is.
Yeah, we talk about it a lot, don't we, Barry? Certainly on prelims, where we look at these youngsters come through, but balance so important, and we're seeing that, aren't we, with Adam Maca?
Well, it is, you know, and Sky's the perfect example of this. You know, a fantastic mover we've seen throughout her career, but the new Sky is doing more of this. And again, once you know, so having balance and footwork, you tend to think it's about moving. But once you realise it does more than that, you can change the way you box, and it gives you so many angles and options to what you want to do.
It does. It just gives you much more time as well. It keeps you in full control. You don't always have to be throwing a lot of punches, but just being that presence in front of them, giving them something to think about all the time. And I feel like Adam's doing that really well. When he's not punching, he's feinting, he's creeping, and he's always got his feet right under him. He's got that great balance.
Yeah, and with that balance and that footwork, it allows you an escape route always. You know, to be aggressive, if you want to be aggressive, but also you have an option to retreat and get out the way and spin around the target, which I'm the biggest fan of.
Started the round really, really well with the lead hand, but he's starting to get the backhand into play now. Just landing again on the side of Batista's head. Never exaggerates the movement, does he, Maka? If he takes a step back, he's straight back in. So important. It's an impressive opening round here from the youngster, who again showing that fight, that fire at the end of the opening round. From Brighton, Maka has those Albanian roots. Represented Albania in the amateurs. He had actually 80 amateur fights, 170. Lost his first 4 as a 10-year-old. Look at these highlights.
All good fighters lose their first amateur contest. What did you get on, Des?
Yeah, won my first 4.
There you go.
Me too, Darren, me too.
There you go.
But yeah, good work, Sky, from Maka in that opening round.
Yeah, very, very good. And like you said, 170 out of 80, and 4 of those losses were in his first 4 fights as a 10-year-old. I think you lose your first 4 fights as a 10-year-old and you keep going. I just think that shows a lot of character in itself.
Yeah, 6-time national champion, 5 in England and 1 in his father's homeland of Albania, 2 European gold medals and a World Youth Games silver medal. So in those 80 fights, those 70 wins, an awful lot of high quality contest.
But look how calm he is. You've got to remember how young he is as well. You know, that exuberance of youth usually makes you rush your work. You know, when you know you have speed and power, and certainly against opposition you know are not as good as you tend to think you just want to go out there and be too excited and rush your work, and he's not.
Oh, chopping right hand again, and the legs looked unsteady from Batista. He followed with a right uppercut, and again we're seeing the education from Maka, not getting carried away, taking his time, not getting greedy. Very good work, Barry. Landed a lovely left hook as well.
He loves that feint with the jab, doesn't he, in that left hook? But what he needs to do now is dip down to the bottom, feint with the jab to the bottom, and right hand over the top.
He cannot miss with his right hand at the minute, and he's using that left hand really, really well to open up the guard of Batista. He's a good finisher, isn't he, Sky?
Yeah, but at the same time, so patient, which is so impressive to see in such a young fighter as well.
Doubling up with the right hand. This is constant pressure now. Look at the angles. I know Barry and yourself be enjoying this movement from the youngster. And again, just skipping to his left, back to his right. Looking for the other end. Look at that double left hook. This is super impressive from Adam Maca in this second round at York Hall.
But look at the focus on his eyes. Well, he's having everything his own way here. You would forgive him if he did lose his shape a little bit and just swang for the rafters, but everything's focused.
As I say, Batista comes in here with a losing record, but only stopped 4 times from the 21 defeats, so usually knows how to look after himself, and hasn't been stopped for 2 years, but the way this one's going...
Well, he can't stop the punches because he's not sure where they're coming from.
It's very, very true.
He can't read the rhythm of Maka, and he certainly can't understand when Maka changes the angle.
Oh, he's just really chopping down with that right hand so well. And then he'll finish with that left hook that's been impressive as well. The variation Sky has been great.
Lovely right uppercut there as well. Oh, he's looking for it again.
Sickening blows. Only
He knows
18 years old, Adam Maca.
He knows he's going to get him out of there, so he knows it's just a matter of when, not if.
And again, he's got to keep that head up, or if he's going to put the head down, make sure your hands are high and those elbows are tucked in. Still 40 seconds to go in this second round.
The way he spins on to the right and throws that left hook, it's very... I think so, yeah. Yeah.
Like you was looking at me as if to say Darren Marker. You just didn't want to say that name.
You got to give it to Batista though. He took some big shots in this round, and he's still fighting back.
Yeah, he's game, he's tough, that's for sure. But he's on the receiving end, and he's just taking a step back here. It was a constant barrage of shots throughout this second round, so we'll let Adam Maca off. Batista bravely coming back with a couple of shots on the gloves of Maka, but I tell you what, that was an extremely impressive second round from Adam Maca.
Do you know what? He didn't finish the fight in that round, and maybe he could have, and he hurt him with the first shot. But I was more impressed with that he didn't rush his work, as you said, Sky. He didn't lose his shape. He hit with a lovely right hand. He was all over the place. The knees dipped. He almost went down. And maybe if you were throwing a million punches, he might have got the stoppage, but it was all clean work. And he thought about every punch he threw.
Beautiful, Sky. Look at that. Fantastic work.
The thing I'm noticing with Adam as well, he doesn't waste any energy. He's not throwing any shots that he doesn't think are going to land clean. Everything is very, very well thought out. You can see it. And I like that about him. I think that's rare in a young fighter.
Well, as we often say in prelims when these youngsters are in with, you can say journeyman, there's going to be tougher tests, but when you look at what Adam Maca's got as far as talent, ambition and fire in those eyes, the future looks very bright, and he gets straight back to work at the start of this third round. Looking for that right hand, the left hook. The shots are raining in from all angles, Barry.
Yeah, they are again, and he's keeping that distance as well, so he's throwing everything nice and long. He's very rarely shortening up to allow Batista a chance to fire back or hold, which really then just gives him a free shot at the target.
Seen him sink in a few body shots at the start of this third round. Is that tactic to get the hands low? Lovely sharp jab again, switching. Looking to confuse Batista even more. Oh, right hand though. A reminder there to stay switched on. Batista, he's fired up now. Out of nowhere, that's another right hand. He looks unsteady, Barry.
Yeah, he is, yeah, he's been hurt, he has there. And Batista knows it as well.
Well, you just could not see this coming. Another right hand, and I tell you, I can see manager Sam Jones looking a little wide at the ringside.
And this is where it's a worry for a youngster, because you'll still want to showboat rather than just take it on the chin, swallow your pride and keep your hands up.
He just got carried away, didn't he? He started switching, got complacent and landed a good shot, did Batista.
It's a bad thing if he loses, but it's not a bad thing overall. Well, he lost his concentration. Of course he was got everything. He's having everything his own way. He got caught with a good shot. How he reacts is not a bad thing to see this early in his career.
Is that almost a welcome to the professional code?
Well, it's just a thing you have to learn. Sometimes you learn it without getting caught with a shot. Sometimes you learn it when you get hurt. Man, I need to keep my focus even in a fight that I'm dominating against a guy who loses every fight. You know, sometimes you just think they can never hurt you. You can't get caught. It's all your own way, but you are against a guy who is sometimes trying to throw punches back.
Just under a minute to go in this third round.
Big right hand again there, landed clean from Batista.
Yeah, if you're the trainer, team of Maka in the corner, what are you saying in the break?
You're saying go back to what he did in the first 2 rounds. What he was doing was perfect. He was applying smart pressure. He had tight hands, and he was doing everything to the book. He wasn't wasting shots, and I feel like he came out in the 3rd round and changed his style when he really didn't need to. Maybe he's trying to show variety. Maybe he's trying to practice things he's been working on, and I'd be saying now go back to what you were doing in the first 2 rounds when it was working, because he's copped a few shots this round that he probably shouldn't have needed to.
But once he got hurt, then I think he became a more vulnerable target. I think he didn't realise he just had to stay safe. He just lost his concentration for a little while, that's all. But in this sport, you lose your concentration and you can get knocked out. And it's not a bad lesson to learn.
Yeah, a testing round that for Adam Maca. Having it all his own way. And then the shot out of nowhere, which we'll see here, just spun the round on its head.
Yeah, it didn't look like that heavy of a shot, to be fair. He was just a little bit off balance when he took it. But he took another one straight after it as well, I think. Or a few seconds after, which also shook him out. See there, he's leaning back, a little bit off balance, but oh, it's a better shot there in the slow motion for sure.
Oh yeah, he was tall, wasn't he? Stepped right in with a shot. Look, he misses with the left hook, Sky, and then lands that right hand. I think that's another one later on in the round. But some reminders there that you have to stay switched on. Yeah,
a few clean shots got through there, and I think it will be a wake-up call for Maka. I think we'll see him come out in this next round probably a little bit tighter, keeping things a little bit tidy, and going back to what he was doing earlier on in the fight. But I think we're going to see a bit more hunger from Batista as well, so it'll be interesting.
Yeah, all sets up this final round nicely. Batista, Adam Maca. Boxed nicely in the first 2. Shot from Batista in the 3rd, kind of changed things a little bit. He did get back into the round nicely though, Adam Maca.
This is better.
Yeah, this is good boxing, showing us that pedigree. Oh, right hand, he's taken those so well, I must say. Batista takes another one, flush on the chin, Barry.
And it's good to see Maka just come out and resumed the normal order of service here. He hasn't gone into his shell. And again, when he punches long, he's fine, he's safe. Nothing can come back, and he gets the full punch punches through the target, turns the body into the shot, punches nice and neat. When he punches long, he looks a better fighter for it.
Yeah, back to his boxing here, moving nicely, using the jab well, that lead right hand, keeping his balance nicely.
And he's keeping his backhand up while he's throwing the jab as well.
Yeah, he is. Lovely right hand again. Batista looks dazed, stunned by that right hand in the left hook. And this is a good onslaught of punches from Adam Maca, the man from Brighton, really going through the gears. Solid barrage of shots. Head, body, Batista under the cross. Lee Every having a real look here. Another 1-2 lands.
Just not get that front foot too close here, Maka. Keep raining those shots in. Slow it down a little bit so you get more purchase on the punch. And take a little angle, take a little step.
Just under halfway in this final round, and the referee steps in and calls a halt to this contest. Adam Maca moves to 3-0 as a professional against the usually game Juan Batista, who gets stopped for the 5th time in his career. Adam Maca, impressive.
Yeah, good balance of punches there from Maka, and again, just that work ethic there to keep throwing, have the energy to keep the power in every shot. And once he hit him with the right hand there, maybe just a wake-up call from the previous round. He thought, I'm not letting him off the hook in this round, and just kept raining in those powerful shots. Nice and long for the most part as well. And Batista, no complaining, and I understand why, because he was on his feet and he was aware of what was going on. He was just still taking too many heavy shots. Yeah, he was taking too many heavy shots. I don't complain about the stoppage. He wasn't happy, and I understand why, but a really good performance there from Maka, and also not bad that he had a wake-up call. I mean, you've got to learn at some point you're going to take a shot, and he took the shot, and he was wobbled a little bit, but he recovered, and he came back in the next round full of positivity, full of power, and we saw again another good performance.
A blessing that third round, Sky.
Yeah, I think he's going to learn so much from that fight, especially from round 3. I think these are the moments that build a great fighter, and he got through it, and he showed what he was made of, and had a great finish. So
yeah, great finish it was. Very impressive from the youngster from Brighton. Let's hand over to David.
Ladies and gentlemen, the end comes at 1 minute and 42 seconds of round number 4. Referee Lee Every steps in and calls a halt to this contest, declaring a winner by TKO. He's still undefeated Adam the Maca.
Adam the Maca moves to 3-0, as we say. Impressive victory over Juan Batista. Did get tagged in the third round, but as we say, they're probably not the worst thing in the world. A reminder, you've got to stay switched on in this game. Doesn't matter who they are in front of you. Most people, if they catch you on the chin, have the ability to stun you, to hurt you. Smile from Eddie Hearn. We're going to hear from Adam Maca shortly. Charlie Parsons, our reporter, is in the ring.
It'd be interesting if Charlie did ask him about, was he hurt in that round and how he felt when he did take a big shot. Because I thought he panicked a little bit, but I think he regained that composure quite quickly.
Yeah, he did. Well, look, let's hand over to Charlie, who's with our victor.
Well, Adam Maca, congratulations, another stoppage victory. Just talk me through the stoppage, just so many punches, and the referee just said, no, that was enough.
Yeah, look, we was breaking him down in the fight, and then just looking for them shots, slowing it down a bit, not being so erratic, and then come to the 4th round, I thought, I'll take him out now. It's only 4 rounds, like, I don't have the time to be messing around.
First and second round boxed really, really well. Would you say you got a little bit complacent there in the third? Looks like you caught a shot. Were you hurt at all?
No, I wasn't hurt. It was just a little trip. And look, it's boxing at the end of the day. You can't swim without getting wet. Try to keep as dry as possible, though.
Promoter Eddie Hearn will bring you in there, 3-0. Fun, exciting, a little wobble in the third, but all good.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you're going to get from Adam. Actually, early on in the fight, he boxed much calmer than normal. And then the third round, he come out, Sam said, oh, he'll try and stop him here. And he walked onto a couple. It was a bit more exciting than we want it to be sometimes, but that's what he's going to do. He's going to bring excitement all the time. He could have sold this place out on his own tonight, just in a 4-rounder. He's a very popular young fighter. Lot to learn. As you step up the levels, you can't afford to take shots back like that, but he's exciting. And that's the kind of fights he's going to be in. So moving along nicely, on to 6-rounders now, I believe. And that will suit him a lot better. Get into the fight, give him an opportunity to just be a little bit calmer and break these guys down.
Madison Square Gardens to York Hall, it's not a bad life for Adam Maca.
No, it's all right, This is like the Mecca of British boxing, so it's a great place to be. I didn't get as many tickets as I'd like, but I still got all my people here.
You'll sell it out next time. Adam, congratulations. Well done.